Welcome everyone. This is a continuation of gvim session we have been having, and this would be the fifth tutorial for gvim. In the previous video, I discussed about the navigation and its powerful feature. Haven't seen it, just go ahead and look at it. I've discussed so many good things in that video, and today's tutorial would be based on some very good features of command mode, which can be text editing and some of the highlighting as well. So I will start with the first feature. Let me open a file in gvim. Okay, so this is a simple file. As you can see, it has 4 lines, but I would like to demonstrate you one good feature of gvim, which is how can you use the special character dot for some operation. So let's try that. So what I will do is just to give you a demo. I will, because I am in a command mode right now. Okay. So yeah, just to let you know. So let's say I am at line number 1 and the first character of the line 1. I will use X key to delete the first character. Now I will do it X. So as you can see, I have deleted the first character of first line H. So what is the use of dot? Now the action which I have just performed, which is X, is now can also be replicated or restored by dot. Means a dot can access the same command X now. So if I go to next line and instead of typing X, I can now use dot. As you can see, dot is also performing the same operation as X. Dot, dot. Not just there, you can go anywhere and do a dot. So this is how you can use dot for any other any application. So I will now first do undo, go back to the previous state of this file. So okay, let me give you another example of dot. So what I will do is I will delete this line, first line called hello. So in order to delete this line hello, I have to use double D as I explained the previous classes. So I do double D now. Okay, now I go to line number 3 or now 2 and I just press the dot. So you can see the dot is also accessing the same DD. So dot can access any previous run command. So this is the beauty of dot. I hope you understand. You can play around with dot feature and see how it works for you. So I'll do undo again. Okay, so I'm here in the main file. So I will save this all the changes again. So I am here now with all those original lines. Now I'll give you another feature which is called highlight a particular word. It's very simple. So I'm in a command mode and now I have to do is very simple. Go to the word which you want to highlight. So let me go to the word called hello. Any hello you want to go. Just let's say go to this hello and press asterisk or star. Okay. So shift and this star. So you can see that as soon as you press S star on that word, it highlights all those words for you. Let's try to highlight something. So I go to something and do star. So you can see only something is at one time appearing, hence it is highlighting and it will dis-highlight the one previously highlighted. So this is how you can use star, which is very important. Let me do one more feature. So if I do go to hello and do a star again, now you can see uh, I have highlighted all those hellos. Now you can use small n and shift from one word to another also. So this is also the feature, and you can see the bottom. This is also very interesting, right? So in the bottom you see I am using the search navigation switch called forward slash, and then I am using a word boundary of regular expression, which is angle bracket, backspace angle bracket, then hello, and then backspace angle bracket hello. That means I'm specifically looking for a word called hello. This is what star does. I hope it is clear how can you use star for highlighting a word and navigate. Okay, so this is about highlighting the word. Third feature would be delete a line with which has a specific um, word or keyword or pattern. Okay, so for example, you know, right, G. So this G is for global. So if I do G and if I say hello and hit enter, you can see I can print all those lines which has hellos in it. This topic was covered in the last session in the fourth video. So this is already you know, but you can also do one more thing with delete. So you can say hello and just use a D command after that. So it will delete all those lines which has hellos in it. Try it, enter. So you can see there's only something else is left. Other lines are deleted. So let me do undo and I go back to the previous state of this file. So this is how you can delete the hello. So this is how you can delete the lines which has a specific pattern. Now we go to the second topic after delete, which is called print. So printing is also simple and it can be used by command P. So for example, if I do colon G and do hello, find hello, and you remember this one, right? Colon G hello. It will just print the lines with hello, as you can see, right? It is same as if you do hello and then P. So they are the same thing. So basically it's all printing. Okay. But printing is more effective. You can also print based on the line number. So let's try now. So if I write, you remember colon 1. So colon 1 is simple where you go to the line number 1. Colon 2 will go to the line number 2. Colon 3 will go to line number 3. Colon 4 will go to line number 4. As you all know, right? I told it in the previous session. But here I am doing something different. So I am doing colon 1 and then also performing a print command P. So let's see what happens. So do you see at the bottom I can print line number 1. Let's try to print line number 2. At the bottom I can print line number 2. Line number 3, bottom, line number 3, line number 4, bottom, line number 4. So that means we can even delete line number 1 also. Let's try colon 1 and then instead of writing P I will do D. So you can see I can even delete line number 1. Okay. Similarly other lines. So whatever I'm performing with P, you can try with D also. So now I will also only focus on print. So next is let me try to print line number 1 to line number 3. So you use comma when you use range 1, 2, 3 and do a P, enter. So you can see at the bottom I can print line number 1, 2, 3. So this is how simply you can print different line. Now let me give you another example. Let me print line number 1 comma plus 1 P. So this will mean that I am printing line number 1 plus 1 is equal to line number 2. So you can also do that also, which is called relative range. So let's try. My cursor needs to be on line number 1. Try again. Colon 1 comma plus 1p, enter. So this is, you can see that line number 1 and plus 1 is equal to line number 2. 1 and 2 have been printed. Okay. So this is how you can uh, you know uh, use relative range. So this was about printing, and you can also try the same thing with delete. Let me close this file and I will give you some more feature of. Let me give one more example before of print so that you understand it better. Let me just quit it. WQBank. I open file 5 which has some numbers as you can see. Okay. So this time what I will do, I can also print based on the pattern. Means, so let's say I want to print lines which has one space 2. So line number 2 and line number 4 has one space 2. So what I can do is I can do G, then one space 2, and then print and enter. You can see only those lines have been printed which is meeting this criteria. So this is also you can, and then it also highlights 1 comma 1 space 2. This is how you can also use. Okay. Now, yeah, we don't need to save anything, right? So now we move to the last section called substitution. Substitution can be, it is very interesting one. I will give you an example so that you understand it better. Go back to file number 6. Okay, look what happens. So I'm at line number 1. Okay, I will use two keyword S and percent %s. So there's a difference between S and percentage. I'm at line number 1. I will simply use S. Okay, so colon is required, right, to execute the command. So I am using only S, not percent %s. So S will substitute line by line. Okay, so I will tell you how. So I'm here, and the format of substitution would be very simple. You have to use substitute hello with, let's say, bye, and this is it. So you have to do that. And now on, maybe this is not required, but yeah, just add the last termination character also. Hit enter. What do you see? It highlights hello, but it only substitute hello with bye on the very first line. Now go to, let's say you are at line number 2. You can see your cursor is line number 2 and try same command again and see what happens. Hello with bye. You see nothing happens because in line number 2 hello didn't find. So let's go to line number 3 and perform same thing again. And you can see uh, for line number 3 hello is being substituted by bye. Now I will also tell you one more interesting thing when we are in line number 4. So we are at line number 4 and this command is already okay. So let's just run this command again. Hello with bye. I think the last character is not required, but let's check. Yeah, you can see the last one is not needed. So here you can see if you are on that line and there is a pattern which you have to substitute, it will only substitute one by one. Okay. So if I run again the same command, it will substitute second hello to bye, and same thing if I try again, it will substitute the last hello with bye. So it is happening line by line and occurrence by occurrence, one by one. Okay. So let's just undo everything. Okay. Save it. Now I will also tell you one more thing. You can also club the global command with substitute with this substitute. So let's say here you know already because there is only one occurrence. But if I want to substitute all these three occurrences of this line with with S command like this, you can club it with G. Let's try. So all three hellos are now substituted with by. Okay, undo it again. So this was normal S, but now second would be percent %s, which is a very similar to set substitution, which means substitute any single occurrence or single or more occurrence in every line. So I will show you what does it mean. So if I substitute hello with by without G, okay, just see what happens. Hello with by. So it will substitute the first occurrence of hello in all the lines this time. Try it. You see the by of very first. So by it has this line had only one occurrence. It's substituted one occurrence substituted. In this one there are three occurrences, but only first occurrence was substituted. This is very similar to set substitution. Do I undo? And the same thing we can do if you run %s hello with by globally. So globally will substitute all the occurrence in every line, and you can see you are able to substitute by with hello in all the lines in all the occurrence. So this is the beauty of substitution. I hope you are able to understand the concepts of these. Thank you. Thanks for watching.